What's up everybody, it's Sean here, and I'm back today to give you guys a review of Emerson Harrell's design of the Air Max 90 from the Doernbecher Freestyle collection. Today's video is sponsored by Heffelux. When it comes to sneakers, comfort is king. So when you buy a pair of shoes and find out they're uncomfortable, one of the easiest ways to fix that is to swap out the insoles. So that's where Heffelux comes into play. If you check out their website, which I've linked down below in a description box, you'll see they sell a variety of eTPU insoles, which really is the same material you'll find inside Adidas Boost. So if you guys are curious to try a pair for yourself, be sure to check out their website and use the code SEANGO at checkout to get 15% off your entire purchase, and be sure to tell them I sent you. So this right here is part of the 18th Doernbecher Freestyle collection with Nike. So for those who aren't familiar with this, Doernbecher is a children's hospital, and every year since 2004, child patients who are in that hospital team them up with Nike designers to design and create their very own versions of iconic Nike shoes. And the shoes and the apparel and accessories, all of that is sold to the public, with the proceeds going back to the children's hospital. So in this 18th collection, which dropped back on February 25th, this Air Max 90 was my second favorite, following the Zoom Vomero, which I also reviewed on my channel not too long ago. So these Air Max 90s again were designed by Emerson Harrell, and they retailed for a price of $140 US, which is roughly 195 Canadian dollars converted. The official colorway for this shoe is Valor Blue, White, and Wolf Gray, and the main inspiration behind this design was really all about money. So Emerson Harrell is a big fan of money, and he hopes to be an investor when he grows up. So throughout the review, you'll be seeing different nods to money, and I think it's adopted very creatively and tastefully on this Air Max 90. So just like the Zoom Vomero 5s, this comes in that same blue-based cardboard box. We have Doernbecher Freestyle Collection branding on the very top, along with Doernbecher branding right here on the side of the lid as well. And inside the lid, there's a picture of Emerson along with a bit of a bio and a bit of the inspiration behind the design of the shoe. So diving into the details of this shoe, this is your classic Air Max 90 silhouette. And as we take a look at the toe box, so this part here is anything but ordinary. So this white area here is covered in this vinyl-like material and has this pre-crinkled texture to it, which feels very unique. But then surrounding the front toe cap, here we have a pale blue colored leather, which feels like a thick, nice cut of leather. This same blue leather covers the U-throw area of the shoe, and then for the mudguard, which covers the bottom of both sides of the shoe, here we have a blue colored suede, which is a little bit more vibrant compared to the blue leather. Debossed on the lateral side, we have the words "Bear Down," which is the school motto for the Arizona Wildcats, which is Emerson's favorite school, as well as his rally cry for all of life's challenges. Covering the eyelets at the very top, the eye stays here are constructed out of this plastic or TPU material in gray on the bottom and white on the top. The quarter panel of the shoe is constructed out of that same blue colored leather, and then we have a white colored swoosh on top, and it features this design, which is actually taken from American currency. And then moving further down on the mudguard, we have this cutaway which exposes this Air Max branding, which is visible on this gray colored TPU layer. Surrounding the top portion of the ankle collar area, we have more of that crinkled textured vinyl, and then stitched on top of the heel, we have this rubberized heel tab, which has the Nike swoosh along with Emerson's first initial, designed to look like the $sign. As far as the laces go, so these come with two different lace options, but in fact, the left foot and the right foot come laced differently. So the standard lace on the left foot is a flat white lace, but then on the right foot it's a flat blue colored lace. But they do give you an extra white and blue lace respectively, so if you want to give the shoe more of a unified look, you could do that. Underneath this, so the tongue is constructed out of nylon, and once again it has that crinkled look to it. And at the very top of the tongue we have the square leather patch, once again with that $sign inspired E and the Nike swoosh in blue. So the back of the tongue and the interior of the shoe, this is lined in a red color textile, which once again has that money inspired print found throughout. And then that same print is visible on the insole as well, which is your typical foam lined insole. However, stamped on the heel we have these coordinates, which points to Emerson's home, the Nike swoosh, along with the letters E and O, which were the first two letters that Emerson could write as a child. So the upper of the Air Max 90 sits atop this full-length polyurethane foam midsole. This midsole for the most part is painted in white. We have these blue hits surrounding the heel wedge, and the wedge itself is painted in this gray color. And of course, being an Air Max 90, we have this window which exposes the air unit that's found within the midsole for cushioning. Finally, turning this pair over to the bottom, so this outsole is constructed out of a combination of this semi-translucent icy rubber and gray rubber. So we have that same waffle style traction pattern on the forefoot, along with the Nike branding found on the medial edge. So that breaks down the look and the construction of these Air Max 90s. And for those wondering about sizing, so I actually found these to run a little bit more narrow than some of the recent Air Max 90s I've bought in my collection. So my foot measures as a true size 10, slightly on the wider side. I got these in a size 10, which is my typical Air Max 90 size for the past 5 years or so. And while the length of the shoe is fine true to size, I felt like there was a little bit of pinching around this toe box area right here. So I don't know if this is just an inconsistency in the manufacturing process, maybe I just got unlucky, but I only have this pair to base it on, and with my experience for this specific pair, they do run a little bit narrow. So I think if you have narrow or normal width feet, true to size should be fine, but if you have a wider foot, you'd probably want to go up a half size at least. Moving on to the comfort, so these feel pretty much like any other Air Max 90. I think Nike's really stepped up the comfort of Air Max 90s in the past handful of years, and I feel like the polyurethane that they use on the midsole feels a bit squishier, and it just feels a bit more cushioned than Air Max 90s maybe 10-15 years ago. So I feel like it's the same for this pair as well. Straight out of the box, you can feel some of that squishiness underfoot. So as far as an everyday casual use shoe goes, I feel like this shoe is going to be decently comfortable. So if you're someone that normally likes how Air Max 90s feel, then you'll probably like these as well. But if you're not a fan of Air Max 90s, then I'd probably stay away from this pair as well. Lastly, in terms of the quality and craftsmanship, so first off, material quality I thought was a bit of a mixed bag. So I thought that the leathers and the suede that they use on the shoe felt very nice. So like I mentioned earlier, the leather feels like a very nice thick cut of leather, and the suede as well. But I wasn't a fan of this crinkled nylon material that they use on the toe box, the tongue, and around the ankle collar area. I guess this was by design, but to me it kind of felt a little bit cheap. And because this material feels a little bit stiffer, it's not as forgiving and as soft straight out of the box. So again, this is just personal preference. I know design-wise it looks really, really nice, but from a practicality standpoint, I would have preferred more of a thinner mesh or just leather. But from an overall build and craftsmanship standpoint, I thought the Nike factory did a very solid job. My pair at least was pretty much free of glue stains, the paint job on the midsole was perfect, and the stitch job was good as well, so I have absolutely zero complaints from that end. So with all that out of the way now, let's toss these on feet. I'll lace them up and I'll show you guys how these look. Like I mentioned in the very beginning, this is my second favorite design from this year's Doernbecher Freestyle collection. I thought Emerson really did a great job on the design of this shoe. It shows off his love and passion for money, but it's not done in a way where it's overly tacky and in your face. So this is definitely a shoe that can be worn throughout the entire year. It can look good in the winter time, but it also looks great on hot summer days as well. So shout out to Emerson again and the Nike design team for absolutely killing this pair. So let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about these Air Max 90s by Emerson Harrell. What are your overall thoughts on the design and the execution of this one? And for anyone watching, did you also pick up a pair of these? Did you pass? Either way, drop a comment down below. If you guys like this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. You can follow me on Instagram at sgo8, follow my Twitter account at sean.go, and visit my website at seango.ca. So until next time, thanks so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this review. Hopefully I helped you in some way, and I'll catch you guys all in the next one.